Hey guys, what's up? So in today's video, we're going to be installing lights on these ditch brackets. So if you guys saw in my install video for these, I didn't install the lights because it was from a company called DiGo. So they sent me out some RGB LED pods, which we'll unbox in a second. But the link for the description of how to install ditch lights or whichever ones you want to get, they're pretty universal, but I'll leave that down in the description for you guys. Alright guys, so here are the lights. DiGo is a company, they sent me out these RGB pods. I'll leave everything down in the description for them. Again, it's another Amazon special, so I'll go ahead and put their Amazon page right here. Alright, so let's go ahead and start unboxing these. So here we go. This is your RGB module, which is actually pretty small compared to other ones that I've seen on the internet. This is basically going to allow you to change whatever color you want. This is the wiring harness. Nice switch. Here we got the remote. So now here each pod is. Nice long harness for each one. Brackets and hardware all together. Then here's the pod itself. So kind of standard, pod, like a lot of different companies have, rigid, aux beam, these ones. But the one reason why I never really wanted an RGB pod is because a lot of the time these are all crooked, it looks like crap, and your vehicle just looks kind of, I don't know, it definitely looks like you got a cheap pod, But as you can tell with these, for the most part, each LED chip is in line super well. So a lot of the times, they just place the chips in there, they don't even care, and they're just all over the place kind of. But this is pretty spot on and actually looks really good. So the fins on the back, nice and tight, can't bend them at all. It's for your heat deflection. And again, like I said, nice long wiring harness to plug into your module down here. And then here's your other one. Again, nice and lined up with all those LED chips. All right, so let's go ahead and get these things installed. It's gonna be pretty simple, spot on. Wherever you wanna put these on your vehicle, I'm gonna be using these for my ditch lights. You could probably use them as fogs. If you have a bull bar in the front of whatever your vehicle is, you could put them there. And then they're very universal with the mounts. So all we're gonna do basically is just put the mounts on like this, and then we're just gonna drive that one bolt through onto our ditch brackets that we already have installed in the vehicle. So I got the needle nose in there, held it, had my Allen wrench, and then just tightened it up. It's pretty tight, still enough to move. I'm curious as to if it will kind of fall down over time. Let's go ahead and get it now installed on the ditch bracket. All we're gonna do is just send that bolt through here, and then we're going to put the lock washer on it and then a nut, and then that's basically it. So now what I did notice with this one and the other one too, to an extent, is that once you get the nut down a decent amount with the pliers or with your finger, if you take the Allen key, something inside of it kind of holds it down. It may be rubbing up against like these fins right here, so it does hold itself. It's just trying to get the nut on with the bolt. That's the hardest part about it, but other than that, it's pretty simple. Alright, so I went the opposite way with my bolt just to make sure that there's clearance, because this bolt was just a little longer for this particular application. If you're using it like up in a bumper or something like that, it shouldn't be an issue, but just because I have my ditch bracket on my hood, just for clearance purposes, I'm going to have it completely upside down. But here it is, you can see it on it. Super nice, actually. I didn't think I would like ditch lights, but it's actually pretty cool. So I'm gonna get it set up to kind of where I want it, and then I'll tighten it down. So here's the remote that I showed you earlier. Since it's RGB, you could do whatever you want. This right here is the switch. So if the switch is on, you can actually have them off. To turn it on with the switch on, just press on. They're pretty bright actually. So that's really bright. Again, camera doesn't do it justice. Then you could turn it off. Then if this turns off, they don't turn on. So you have to have this on to do whatever you want with it. So if you want them on, but then control it by the switch, there you go. So we'll turn them on for the sake of purposes, and then go ahead and turn them off. But now, since you have power to it, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the RGBs. So that's flashing right now. So here's all the different colors you could do. So let's do red. How sick is that? So you could have red, green, blue, yellow, orange, pink, whatever you want. It's actually really cool. And then there's some different options on here. I need to read more of the instructions, but you could have it fade, different colors, and you could speed it up too. So it fades quicker or slower. See how it's fading slower. So this is stuff, you know, if you're at like a car meet or something, and if you want your vehicle to, you know, be flashy or whatnot, but you don't have to have it. I just think it's a cool extra feature, especially me, because I like the red accents. So to have those on along, along with my grill lights down here when the vehicle's on, because the vehicle's off right now. This is tied just straight into the battery. And since it's LEDs, it shouldn't draw that much on your battery. Again, you don't want to leave it on all the time. So like when you get out of your vehicle, you know, make sure you shut it off. But we have flashing, so it could strobe, and it gets like super, super fast. Again, probably illegal, so don't do it that much. And then we have it slowed down a lot. Jumping from colors to colors. This one's fading from color to color. And then there's a set button up here. So I'm not sure what that is. You could probably set different things for it. But again, I need to read up on it. And then different modes that you could go through with it. See how it's kind of changing colors. Spiral effect. It looks like a rainbow going. Then that one's just with the red. I'm curious if I change it to yellow, if it'll do that. Oh, it just goes each color. Okay. So you just pick the color that you want. So that's pretty cool. So now I'm going to go ahead and get some night shots for you guys to see how these things actually perform at night. Alright guys, so here it is at nighttime. So those are pretty bright for just being, you know, little pods. Very, very bright. No other lights on right now. So I just have them angled forward. Then again, whatever you guys use them for, whether it's on your bumper, ATV, UTV, Honda Civic, it doesn't even matter. I mean, I have mine as ditch lights, but I just have them pointed straight forward right now. And if you were to cast them out to the side, they would work, to me, perfectly for that, because you could see how high they're actually casting up, all the way up these trees. The camera kind of doesn't do it justice again. Then you see it out to the side over here, but very, very bright for their price. Very, very bright. So there's some red accent on them. Go ahead and turn the actual LED portion off. So there you go at night. If you just want those on, that's pretty bright as well. I mean, this isn't anything for it's not anything, you know, to like see with, but it's pretty cool if you just want it as like ambient light while you're driving. Again, red and blue, probably illegal, so don't go crazy with it. And we got some changing stuff with them. But yeah guys, so if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. These lights were pretty bright. I may not keep them as ditch lights because I want something a little more low profile, but it was the perfect mounting point for you all to kind of get a real picture of what it actually looked like and how good they actually are for their price. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later.